welcome to day 6 of my Easter fast. Today was a rough day. It started out awesome because Nancy and I both got text messages from our pastor asking for us to fill in on the worship team. So that was fun. So we got to help lead worship today, or sing music on stage. I don't know. That's you, Nancy. So that was good, and what Jeremiah spoke today was just beautiful. It was beautiful. So grateful for what the Lord spoke through him today. It was really sweet to see and hear. He also used a Lord of the Rings reference, which was magical. And then, throughout the day, we came home and Mark was cooking lunch for the kids, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. And so I went to Nancy's and we hung out and we talked for a while, and both were experiencing some real battle with today. It was a hard day. My cravings were kind of in full force, and that hunger really hasn't gone away in my solar plexus yet. It's still there, and I was wondering today, am I not drinking enough water? But man, I'm down in like 1,000 of these a day. I was at Nancy's house for like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. I went to the bathroom like 5 times. I mean, how much water am I supposed to drink here? So, good grief. Anyway, it was a harder day, but then we got to pick up my big kids. They came home from their spring break, and so excited to have them back home. It was good, and so Mark made dinner for everybody, and I juiced a bunch of vegetables that Nancy gave me because she's not going to use them. She's the only one who juices at her house, but my kids like it, so I juiced for them, and I still haven't told Anya that I'm fasting, and Cameron asked about the distilled water and why it was only for me, and Gideon was like, she's fasting, and I'm like, because I'm fasting. But he didn't ask anything about it because he's a 13-year-old boy, and like, okay. So we'll just see how that plays out. I'm sure eventually they'll notice that I'm not eating, but it might be fun to see how many days we can go without them noticing. So day 6, I'm fasting for 12 days. I'm halfway finished, and that's awesome. And I know that if I can go 6 days, and knowing and having the information and the knowledge to go, I'm not starving, I'm not hurting myself. This is actually good for my body, and to allow it to rest, and that I haven't hit that point where I'm feeling really great, and my energy comes back and all of that. It just means that it's gonna keep getting better, and I really felt like today was a more of a spiritual thing. Like it's my flesh's like last attempt before it dies, to get real loud and real angry, like in those horror movies. Don't watch them. Where you think that thing's dead, and then it comes back, and then it's not dead, and then you have to kill it again. That's kind of the way I feel like my flesh is acting today. I'm still here. Eat food. So, but that's okay. it doesn't have control over me. And honestly, it's been frustrating um, experiencing hunger and cravings today. It's been a little discouraging, but then at the same time, um, I still haven't been anywhere near genuine temptation. You know, I haven't almost picked up anything or really considered breaking my fast. It's just been like, ugh, stop. You know, so that is actually very encouraging. Um, yeah, and the Lord is just doing some really sweet stuff, and um, and revealing more and more. You know, Nancy and I were just talking. I think that's what her text is um, about how we are struggling. We struggle with just getting alone with the Lord and waiting on Him, spending time with Him. Um, that it's like our version of spending time with the Lord is like getting into the Word and talking about it, or watching videos, or reading, books or whatever. Woo! Not Nancy. It zips up. And, but it's a little more difficult to just be alone with Him. I've spent a lot of time with Him today, just in talking, like in the car, and worshiping Him, and in these little moments throughout the day, I'm always talking with Him. But to really dedicate some time to set aside to be with Him, I don't know. It's just been a little more difficult to do. But I want to. And even in spite of that, like, He's still been so faithful and so good to reveal more of who He is throughout this week. And I know that He's continuing to do so into the next week, and it'll be really good. I'm also really thankful that I've been fasting, because there's been some stuff that's been revealed just in my kids and the things that they're struggling with. And so, oh, here comes Cameron. Cameron's right here.
I have to talk to you.
Okay. So, anyway, beneficial. And I will talk to you tomorrow on day 7. Goodbye.